फेवरेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
And ladies and gentlemen, the big political flashpoint tonight. Home Minister Amit Shah tabled the 130th Constitution Amendment Bill. It's a very bold move to ensure accountability in politics. If this is passed, then any minister, any chief minister, even the Prime Minister of India will lose their post if they are detained/arrested for 30 days on serious charges. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposition chooses disruption and is standing against this major reform, this huge legislation. Here's what happened in Parliament.
This bill stands at fundamental maxim of jurisprudence on its head. It makes an investigating officer the boss of the Prime Minister of India.
मैं इस बिल को संयुक्त समिति को सौंपने की दरखास्त करने वाला हूं।
This bill is to bring morality in politics. Can I ask a question to the Honorable Home Minister?
जब तक मैं कोर्ट से निर्देश नहीं हुआ, कोई संविधान को मैंने स्वीकार नहीं किया। BNS 152, the Home Minister promised in this House that sedition would not be used.
माननीय सदस्यगण, मैं आपसे आग्रह करता हूं कि संसद की मर्यादा गरिमा को मत गिरने दो।
As the monsoon session of the Parliament heads towards its final leg, tensions are running high inside the Lok Sabha. Home Minister Amit Shah today introduced a landmark proposal, the Constitution 130th Amendment Bill, aiming to rewrite the rules of political accountability. If passed, the law will empower Parliament to remove the Prime Minister, Chief Ministers and Ministers if they face arrest on serious criminal charges. As Amit Shah moved the bill, scenes of high drama followed. Opposition MPs tore it and threw at the side of the Treasury benches.
कठोर शब्दों में निंदा करता हूं, गुंडागर्दी की हद कर दी। उन्होंने कागज फेंका, अपशब्दों का प्रयोग किया। मतलब आपको लगेगा कि सड़क छाप सारे लोग आ चुके। गृह मंत्री के एकदम चेहरे पर आ गए, पूरा कागज फाड़ के फेंका गया। मैंने ऐसा दृश्य कभी नहीं देखा।
विरोध और इस तरह का ओछापन और इस तरह की हरकतें जो सदन के अंदर हुई, उसने लोकतंत्र को शर्मसार भी किया और ये भी दिखा दिया कि विपक्ष भ्रष्टाचार के साथ खड़ा है।
बहुत दुख देने वाला है। वरिष्ठ सांसद लोग इस तरह का व्यवहार करेंगे, फिजिकल अटैक की कोशिश करेंगे, कागज में लपेटकर ढेला फेंकेंगे। ये मतलब क्या है इसका? क्या परेशानी है आपको इस बिल से?
जिस प्रकार का व्यवहार किया गया, जिस प्रकार से बिल की प्रतियों को फाड़ करके विपक्ष ने फेंका, जिस प्रकार से पीठासीन हमारे स्पीकर के तरफ सदस्य ऑपोजिशन के बढ़े, उन्हें इंटिमिडेट, ये आज एक काला अध्याय है जिसको कि ऑपोजिशन ने लिखा है।
From the well of the house to the streets outside, opposition leaders unleashed a wave of attacks on the bill, calling it a black day and a black bill.
ऑल इन ऑल ये हमारी डेमोक्रेसी के लिए, ड्यू प्रोसेस के लिए, बल्कि भारत को एक पुलिस स्टेट बनाने का काम बीजेपी सरकार करना चाहती है इन तीनों बिलों के जरिए, जिसकी हम पुरजोर इसकी मुखालिफत करेंगे। और ये अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है, ये बिल्कुल अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है।
फाड़ा तो है, फाड़ा तो क्या है? ये अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बिल, इसको क्या करेगा? तोड़ेंगे ना तो नहीं, क्या करेगा? ठीक से ठीक किया, जो किया ठीक किया। मैंने नहीं किया, लेकिन जो किया उसको सलाम जानता बोला था, वो ठीक किया।
ये रातों रात क्यों लाए बिल? पहले तो नहीं था, क्योंकि कांग्रेस वहाँ जमीन पे उतरी हुई है, तो ये दिखावा जैसा वुमेन्स बिल को लाए थे ना, वैसा ही ये भी करेंगे। ये सब ड्रामे हैं।
So what are we talking out here? You are fundamentally destroying the Constitution completely. You can't make an investigating officer or an SHO the boss of the Prime Minister. What are you doing?
It is a completely draconian thing. It goes against everything. And to couch it as a measure which is being taken anti-corruption is just to pull a veil across the eyes of the people.
We are going back to medieval times when the king could just remove anybody at will. There's no concept of what an elected person is. He doesn't like your face, so he tells ED, put a case, and then democratically elected person is wiped out within 30 days. This is new.
Amidst the massive chaos that severely hit the proceedings, Lok Sabha passed the resolution to refer the bill to Joint Committee of Parliament.
मेरे विचार में निर्णय हवालों के पक्ष में प्रस्ताव स्वीकृत हुआ।
Basuri Swaraj is with us this evening. She's a Lok Sabha member of Parliament, of course, from the BJP. Ms. Swaraj, you know, the Prime Minister is appointed by the President, and the other ministers are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. The opposition accuses you of trying to subvert this. Appointed by the President but removed at the will of the station house officer of the closest Thana, who can put you in for judicial custody for 15 days and easily get an additional remand in police or judicial custody for another 15 days. In a country where jails are full of under-trials, this is a very dangerous precedent. The obvious fear is that you will use your investigating agencies to arrest people inimical to you and then within 30 days force them out of office. How democratic is that?
Thank you, Arnab. First of all, this is bah humbug. What the opposition is absolutely bah humbug. And I'll tell you why. This bill is being brought because for the first time in the democratic history of India, we had individuals like Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who was arrested on 21st of March 2024, but did not resign until 17th of September 2024, and insisted on running his Delhi government from jail, bringing absolute policy paralysis. Not only that, Mr. Satyendra Jain, who was arrested on 31st of May 2022, did not resign until 28th of February 2023 and continued to function from jail for 9 months. In contrast, Arnab, you know, I want to actually show this. When Mr. L.K. Advani was actually accused, he was never arrested. He was named in the Hawala case in 1996 and immediately resigned. He only contested the election in 1998 once the charges were quashed on 8th of April 1997. Similarly, Mr. Amit Shah, who was arrested on 25th of July 2010, resigned on 25th of July 2010. And only when he was discharged on 30th of December 2014 did he become the Home Minister again on 26th of May 2014 of Gujarat, and that too after a CBI court, a special court of CBI Mumbai held that the case against him, involved in this case was the CBI, was basically, it was motivated by political reasons. Now, the reason why I gave this little bit of background and history is this bill is being brought first to ensure that there is no government paralysis. The second aspect is constitutional morality. Arnab, governments requires an unimpeachable integrity of the people who are part of it. The third aspect is that criminal custody obviously undermines that trust of the people. And also this bill is very fair. It actually balances accountability with fairness. And that is why it provides for
you do realize there are two pitfalls
here. CMs of ministers immediately.
Yeah, there are two pitfalls here. One pitfall is, you gave the example of Satyendra Jain. He has many cases against him, of course, but one of the key cases against him, investigated by the CBI, was recently closed. And the CBI filed a closure report, and the court dismissed the case against him. It will be equally argued, therefore, that if this law were to apply, he would lose his job, only to find out 8 months later, 8 months after losing his job, that the case itself had no basis. How fair is that?
I'm very grateful I'm very grateful that you raised that point. Now, fact of the matter is, if there is an allegation and you are being investigated, because I also gave you the example of Mr. Amit Shah and I gave you the example of Mr. L.K. Advani as well. The case against Mr. Amit Shah was also quashed. The charges against Mr. L.K. Advani were also quashed. But they had the morality, the moral sense prevailed and they resigned during the investigating process. Fact of the matter is, this country has seen people like Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji, who have insisted on operating from jail, causing an absolute government paralysis. And like I said, this bill is actually very balanced because it balances accountability with fairness. The moment you are granted bail or you are discharged, you are allowed to be reappointed to that office. Another thing, Arnab, I must say, I'm a lawyer myself. 30 days are more than enough for the entire bail process and hearing to actually be taken place. I know you were talking about under trial prisoners when it comes to, in your introduction you were talking about that. But you also know that when it comes to CMs, ministers, chief ministers, etc., all lawyers are pretty proficient in going and mentioning the matters and getting them listed. But I'll try to tell you another thing.
But that is a matter of chance.
It actually brings uniformity.
But that is a matter of chance. You know, Sisodia was in jail for 17 months. Satendra...
No, Arnab, it's not. Yeah. It's not. No, it's not.
A mentioning does not mean that you will get justice.
Mentioning is a proper procedure which is... No, not necessarily, Arnab. I mean, mentioning is a process which is provided for whether it is High Court or Supreme Court. In fact, you have listed mentionings before the Honorable Supreme Court. So it is not a game of Russian roulette at all. The second aspect, you do realize that this particular law is not just for state chief ministers or state ministers. It is bringing the Prime Minister, the Union Minister.
Agreed.
The chief ministers, state ministers, all of them within the
ambit. Yeah, but agreed. You know what eventually happens here, just to play devil's advocate on this, what eventually happens in many cases, Basuri, is that it is easier to arrest and get a person in a custody for a month than it is eventually to prove the case in court. We begin with that premise, right? You mentioned that a person, politicians, they are proactive, they can get their mentionings. Premise. But I would like to ask you on the question of vendetta. We cannot, be textbook and not accept that there is a lot of vendetta in the system. And this can encourage the process of arrest. In the case, for example, I'll tell you, when I was arrested, though I'm not a politician, I'll tell you this, when I was caught in what appears to be a political situation, it was entirely circumstantial that, my case came up twice. I had to go back and forth in lower court, high court, went up to the Supreme Court. If one day's hearing did not end, if Mr. Salve and Abhishek Singhvi did not end their arguments, and then they can drag it for another 15 days and get a hearing after another 15 days. Someone might say, let's do it once again and pretend not to complete our hearing so that our case goes up to beyond 1 month. So we cross the 1 month threshold. Therefore, when Chandrachud said in my case that the weaponization of the criminal justice system should not happen, but this gives an incentive to keep the person in custody, completely contrary to the judgment that Chandrachud gave in my case, which is now used as precedent. This can provide an incentive to keep an individual in custody for a few more days in order to create a politically volatile situation.
I do not agree. Let me assuage your concerns. First aspect. As far as criminal jurisprudence is considered, bail and not jail is the rule. The courts in this country are more inclined towards actually granting bail. Second, the criminal procedure itself today under the BNSS actually allows for remand only for 15 days. Okay. You can be granted remand for 15 days for the first 60 days, but it cannot be beyond 15 days, correct? Yeah. So nothing in the criminal procedure also permits to keep a man or a woman indefinitely beyond 30 days. And third, Arnab, we need to have that faith in the third pillar of democracy, which is the judiciary. The judiciary is independent of the executive or the legislature. Even if you are imputing some kind of malicious motive to the political machinery, that cannot be imputed to the judiciary. The judiciary is unbiased. And the application of judicial mind will always prevail. You are, my friend, an absolute living example of it. You had the Honorable Chief Justice Chandrachud make such pertinent observations in your case. And lastly, look, today this bill has been sent voluntarily by the Honorable Home Minister to the Joint Parliamentary Committee. So the JPC is going to deliberate on it.
Yep.
Any concerns that the oppositions or any other party may have, they will be addressed. This is going to be, the bill is going to be thrashed out.
Okay.
But I must say one last thing.
Yes, please.
You know what actually was so disheartening today was the conduct of the TMC MPs. They were unwilling to discuss the bill. If you're not happy with the bill, please discuss it. The Parliament is a forum for discussion. But the way the women MPs of TMC actually came, जिस प्रकार की अभद्रता आज उन्होंने दिखाई है अर्नब जी, उन्होंने माइक को मैन हैंडल करा, उन्होंने कागज फाड़ के माननीय गृह मंत्री पर फेंके। मैं कहूंगी कि आज भारत का लोकतंत्र उन्होंने शर्मिंदा करा, भारत के मतदाता को शर्मिंदा करा, भारत के संविधान को शर्मिंदा करा।
That's no doubt. I completely agree with that. Flying paper planes there at the Home Minister is hardly some form of parliamentary debate. I thank you so much, Basuri, for taking my questions out there. And I would like to now go straight into the debate. Ladies and gentlemen, Anmol Pawar is opening the debate. I have RP Singh of the BJP and Subrashta also with me. Anmol Pawar, what is your apprehension? You know, I don't understand. What is your apprehension here? You can put it there, then we'll get a response.
Arnab ji, the bill which has been introduced by the Bharatiya Janata Party today, which says that if an elected representative is put behind bars for 30 days, if he's being detained, then he'll have to resign from his post. This bill is unconstitutional, this bill is undemocratic, and it is a step towards dismantling democracy and a step forward towards dictatorship. And why am I saying this? Arnab ji, the law of the land, our constitution says that a person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. But it is the Bharatiya Janata Party which is saying that without conviction, without evidence.
Yeah, but for somebody holding high office, the person holding high office,
you will be declared guilty even without undergoing trial. Even without undergoing trial. And in the last 10 years, we have seen that 95% of the cases were against the opposition. 6,000 cases have been filed by the Enforcement Directorate, and the conviction rate is less than 1%. 0.25%.
Okay, I'll let RP Singh give a first counter. RP Singh's turn to respond. No, I want to open the debate. RP Singh's turn. RP. And I'll come to you, Anmol. RP, he's saying you're convicting a person before a court does so. Your response to that?
Well, Arnab, good evening, and good evening to my co-panelists also. Fact is that they have a right to go to court, and the matter has been referred to JPC, where they can probably add a rider to it. I mean, I don't know, this is a suggestion, that need be that the bail could be heard on day-to-day basis. But even in the case of ED, the court has said that bail is the right, not the jail is the right. So, what is the problem? But problem is, he says unconstitutional. Running a government from the jail is constitutional. When you are not allowed to see the files, you are not allowed to go to the office, you are not allowed to take meetings, still you say as a chief minister is constitutional. So there has to be some check and balances being made. And this is
1 minute. I'll get Anuj Khatri.
They have lost all morality.
My issue here is, Tanuj, the reason I would support the bill would be because I don't like anyone remaining a minister while in jail for months and years. It doesn't make any sense. Forget Don't focus on the person. What happens to the people of Delhi when Satyendra Jain is in jail, when Sisodia is in jail, when Arvind Kejriwal is in jail, and the people are suffering?
Can I respond?
There is waterlogging, there is sewage, there is no garbage picking up. The systems are dysfunctional. Corruption increases. What happens to the people when half the cabinet is in jail? Tanuj.
देखिए, बिल्कुल जब 2024 में झारखंड के माननीय मुख्यमंत्री हेमंत सोरेन जी को झूठे आरोपों में गिरफ्तार किया गया तो उनको इस्तीफा दिलवाया गया। उन्होंने इस्तीफा दिया और उसके बाद उनको जेल भेजा गया और पूरे 5 महीने तक कोर्ट ने खारिज कर दिया। आरोप क्या कौन बीच में बदतमीजी कर रहा है?
खारिज कर दीजिए, बेल दिए सिर्फ, ही इज आउट ऑन बेल।
अरे आपको जानकारी नहीं है, सबूत नहीं पेश कर पाई आपकी ईडी। क्या बात करते हैं आप? बिना पढ़े लिखे आ जाते हैं, आउट इन बेल, आउट इन बेल। अरे सबूत नहीं पेश कर पाया आपका ईडी। और जिस ईडी के अधिकारी ने गिरफ्तार किया था वो आपके जाकर के आपके मित्रों के यहाँ नौकरी कर रहा है निजी सेक्टर में। मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा कंपनी का। क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? अरे कोर्ट का जजमेंट निकल के पढ़िए, सबूत नहीं मिला हेमंत सोरेन जी के खिलाफ। उनको पहली बात तो आप बीच में कूदे हैं, पहली बात तो आप बीच में कूदे हैं। आपको पता नहीं है, आपको नॉलेज नहीं है, आपको ज्ञान नहीं है।
JMM spokesperson Tanuj Khatri is right now live with BJP spokesperson RP Singh.
आप बीच में घुस गए।
JMM BJP
अर्नब जी ने मुझसे सवाल किया, मैं जवाब दे रहा हूं, तो आप बिना तथ्य के बात कर रहे हैं। अरे कोर्ट का
भाषा में संयम बरतिए। मैं अब सच बोलूंगा तो आपको चुभेंगे।
भाषा
अच्छा नहीं है ये भाषा।
आप टीचर हैं क्या मेरे? आप भाषा सिखाइएगा। आपकी भाषा में ठीक कर दूंगा।
ये बीच में घुसेंगे क्या होता है शब्द?
नहीं, आप बीच में कूदने वाले कौन हैं? आप हैं कौन? पहले तो ये नहीं पता है।
His name is इनका नाम है RP सिंह, बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता हैं।
भाजपा का प्रवक्ता हूँ, राष्ट्रीय पार्टी का प्रवक्ता हूँ और मैं आपके सामने तथ्य रख रहा हूँ और तथ्य को आप तथ्यों को काटिए तथ्यों के साथ।
अरे कोर्ट ने कह दिया, RP सिंह जी, कोर्ट ने कहा कि हेमंत सोरेन जी के खिलाफ कोई सबूत नहीं है ईडी के पास और वो बाहर आए।
नैतिकता दिखाई ना,
हमने नैतिकता दिखाई ना, लेकिन आप डराने धमकाने के लिए बिल लाइएगा, आप डराइएगा धमकाइएगा तो ऐसे बिल का तो विरोध होगा ही।
I want Shubhrashtra also to come in right now.
छगन भुजबल को, अजीत पवार को आप डराइएगा और अपने शामिल कर लीजिएगा। जो डर गया वो बच गया, जो नहीं डरा वो जेल गया। ये क्या बात हुई?
तो आप
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कल टिप्पणी की है।
One minute. एक मिनट। RP जी, 1 minute. I am getting Shubhrashtra into the debate. RP Singh ji, I am getting Shubhrashtra into the debate. इसमें एक तरह से Shubhrashtra, a lot of unity is there among political parties. They feel BJP will get everyone arrested and make all chief ministers resign. Now, you know, when a chief minister resigns, there is political instability. Is that also good for the people?
Yes, I think it's good for the people. If I were to just go by what the opposition is trying to say, they are essentially trying to say is that we have put people in positions of power who have been ranked corrupt, who have had a lot of criminal charges on them, and we should allow them to continue in the name of democracy. Now, this is a preposterous argument. Why can't you begin on the premise that from here on, we are only going to send clean leaders? It's not like Aam Aadmi Party or JMM, these are the only two representatives I see from the other side. Aam Aadmi Party and JMM have stellar political leaders. You don't need to put those leaders in constitutional position who do not deserve to be there. You don't need to put criminals out there. In Delhi, we have seen, I don't want to recount the days when we saw the jail minister being massaged by a rapist, and should we just accept it because we democratically chose a party? Let me be very clear, in the kind of democracy we have, we choose parties. We do not necessarily choose leaders. So now it should be the moral responsibility of the party, whosoever comes to power, to send leaders who are untainted. I don't understand what is so complex about this. And I don't understand how can we nuance even this argument. I don't understand where is the moral vacuity of our opposition. They are looking to nuance an argument about pushing out tainted leaders from public offices. That's all. Continue to do your politics. Let me be provocative and say, if you are a criminal, if you've done embezzled funds, please stay in politics. Just do not hold constitutional position. I think that's what the bill says.
And that is why Arvind Kejriwal and Anmol had to quit. Why did Arvind Kejriwal quit? Because after he got bail, the Supreme Court restricted him from visiting the premises of the Chief Minister's office. He was then forced to pass on the seat to Atishi Marlena. He didn't do it out of choice because the court restricted him from visiting a Chief Minister's office. Now, how can you be Chief Minister from jail? Do you support, viewers, having a Chief Minister operating from jail? I don't. Anmol also doesn't, but he's held.
Can I respond?
Yes, Anmol.
Can I respond?
Yes.
No, Arnab ji, the real intent behind introducing this law is the BJP wants, initially the BJP pressurizes the leaders to join them. If they refuse, then they file false and fabricated case, then they put them behind bars and destabilize the democratically elected state governments. That is what they wanted to do with Delhi government, with Arvind Kejriwal. But
why did Aam Aadmi Party make Manish Sisodia resign? Why did Aam Aadmi Party make Manish Sisodia resign after he went to jail?
What we have seen,
RP responding, two on the street.
What we have seen in Satyendra Jain ji's case is, after 2 years,
why are you confining this to only to corrupt leaders? There are cases against people like Amritpal and cases against people like Engineer Rashid also. They will also fall in the same category.
They have filed closure report in Satyendra Jain's case, in Arvind Kejriwal ji case, despite countless raids, despite thousands of raids, not a single penny was recovered. The Honorable Court said that
why did Aam Aadmi Party
have no evidence.
Just answer, why did Aam Aadmi Party make Manish Sisodia resign after he went to jail?
And you.
Why did AAP make Manish Sisodia quit after he went to jail? Just answer one question, Anmol. Try to listen. Why did you make Manish Sisodia quit after he went to jail? Just answer that question.
The Honorable Arnab ji, the question is.
That is the question. You don't need to repeat the question.
Is that overriding the constitutional provision, overriding the law of the land, which says that a person is presumed innocent until proven guilty, without conviction, without trial, without evidence. They want person
please come in.
Bars and then resign.
1 minute. Subrashtra's response, last 1 minute of the debate. Subrashtra.
The problem is, Arnab, that I don't want to respond to screeching individuals who are educated enough to understand, the import of this bill. My only appeal to these, young politicians is, please think about your future. I'm sure Anmol is not a criminal. I'm sure Anmol has not embezzled funds, and I don't think he has the capacity to embezzle funds on the basis of his moral authority. Please allow people like yourself.
JMM and Anmol. JMM. Tanuj.
Allow people like yourself.
Reply. Tanuj.
देखिए अर्नब जी, मैं वही लगातार कह रहा हूं कि हमने तो नैतिकता दिखाई थी, लेकिन कौन लौटाएगा हेमंत सोरेन जी के 5 महीने बिना किसी आरोप के? ये भी पूछना चाहिए देश से आपको। बिना किसी आरोप के आदिवासी मुख्यमंत्री का 5 महीने।
झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा से जो बोल रहे हैं, मैं उनको बहुत अच्छे से ये समझाना चाहती हूँ कि हेमंत सोरेन जी अगर पाक साफ हैं, तो एक प्रोसेस के बाद जब वो वापस राजनीति में, जब वो वापस चुनाव लड़ेंगे, तो वो क्लियर हो जाएगा। मैं ये कह रही हूँ, मैं एक सेकंड सुन तो बात तो सुन लीजिए पूरी, बात सुन लीजिए पूरी।
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
बात क्यों नहीं सुनना चाहते?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, समय मेरा अभी नहीं है और, but I will pick this up. It's a hot debate going to a consultative committee, I think, of Parliament. We will follow it up. Ladies and gentlemen, when we are back at 9 o'clock, why one interview has made the nation lose whatever trust it had on the charges of the opposition about vote chori. A clip of that viral interview and a really viral debate is coming up.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।